All right, everybody. My God, I'm a few minutes late because I was just finishing up watching Connor on another channel, which I tell you what, if you're a rock band, you know how you're a headliner and you have an opening act, Bigfoot Anon is not a guy you want as your opening act because he will blow you out of the water. He's one of those opening acts where when he's done, people leave because the energy that this guy has for the Bigfoot community is off the hook. I mean, it's literally off the hook. Anybody who knows this guy will tell you he is off the hook. So I want to, he's actually on another channel at the moment. Hey, you know what? This is breaking news. Let's spy on him for fun. This is real breaking news right now. Let's spy on these guys. Let's see for fun. Look at that. Connor, just look at that energy right there. I mean, he just goes for it, right? Plenty of energy. You got to love it, guys. You got to love the energy there. Okay, so not a show you want to have as an opening act because they'll just blow everybody out of the water just with his energy. But beyond that, guys, what is breaking news? If this is your first time here, it's about, there's no volume? Oh, I'm sorry. You didn't hear the volume from the other show. I'm sorry about that. Yeah. I didn't put the volume because I think there is a community issue strike that if you play another YouTube channel same time as yours and you play the audio, I don't know the rules about that. But guys, what is this channel about? This channel is about the Bigfoot community, the paranormal community, the UFO community, even the Mandela community. It's where we all respect each other. We all appreciate each other's work. There's so much good research that everybody does, and it doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter if you're not a UFO guy. It doesn't matter if you're not a Bigfoot guy. It doesn't even matter if you're not a paranormal guy. Mandela effect guy, it doesn't matter. But you should want to respect people's research. People go out there and work hard trying to find this stuff for you and all that. Now, during the show, Bigfoot Anon is going to jump on as a guest, but he's finishing up another channel, which is awesome, which is very, very cool. I think today, we always usually start with the Bigfoot. We're going to be a little different today. Let's start with the paranormal. All right, so we're going to start. I get 5 copyrights a week. Yes. Yeah. Unfortunately, yeah, Danny, yes, there is. You can get a lot of copyright strikes. All these videos that I show here, I do a test on another channel to see if I'm allowed to play something, if I'm not allowed to play something, or what kind of community strike could it be? Is it just where they get the revenue? So I do a testing with almost every video to make sure that this episode does not get shut down. So I guess you could say every episode is safe. But here, guys, here in the paranormal, there are sometimes the paranormal can be seen on a news channel. It does happen. And sometimes I like actually watching the news channels paranormal, not because I'm telling you guys the news is 100% real. They're not. But at least you kind of almost know where the source is coming from. Because usually the source is coming from the house and they send it to the news channel. So there's not a lot of places that you need to trace down the footage. It's usually just the news channel and the direct channel. So I'm going to play the first one. I don't know if Dr. Wu can hear me. Can you hear me, Dr. Wu?
Yes, I can. Can you hear me? I have the headphones in. So am I
no
okay?
Problem.
I'm not
I can hear
bleeding?
you just fine. So this
right,
one
cool.
is a news channel, and it's called Panic Engulf Residents as Ghost is Caught on Camera. This is somewhere out in New Mexico. So here we go.
For now, it is video of the unknown. What is it? Is it real? And what is it doing there? A family in Highland, Michigan believes their house is actually haunted and thinks something is harming their little girl. 7 Action News reporter Alan Campbell went to the home to see for himself.
It happened here in this room as 15-month-old Lily was inside her bed. Caught on camera, something walks in front of her crib, catching Lily's attention. Whatever it is, the family says it needs to go.
It's almost like she sees something that we don't.
It's an image Heather and Josh say is haunting their home.
It was chilling. It was literally a chill down your spine, like that what if factor. Like, is this what I just saw?
Caught on the couple's nanny cam video a few weeks ago, what appears to be something moving in front of the baby crib.
I freaked out. I stopped what I was doing and I ran upstairs and I grabbed my daughter.
Heather says this so-called ghost scratched her daughter Lily and attacked her too.
It scares us that it could do something else. I mean, there was even a morning that I woke up and I had felt like something was around like someone's hands were around my neck.
A team of paranormal investigators came in and tried answering some of the couple's questions and concerns. Josh's father, Jim, says it may be someone who lived in this house before.
The story that I was told was the gentleman that lived here originally committed suicide.
Okay.
Apparently.
That makes sense.
By jumping out this window. Which is, of course, one full story down.
The couple says they don't
not
know
very
why
far.
the so-called ghost is targeting them, but say they don't want any part of it.
It's not physically just going after her. It feels like it's going after myself too.
I couldn't get an explanation out of it, you know. So it's freaky, is what it is.
For now, Heather and Josh say they will stay inside this place with Lily until they're able to save up enough money and move out. Reporting in Highland Township, I'm Alan Campbell, 7 Action News.
I actually like that because for one reason, like I was saying, the source has not gone through the whole social media. It's actually gone from their footage directly to the news channel. Could they fuck with it? Of course they could. But it hasn't changed a lot of hands. And listen, we all talk about spirits and ghosts, but when it deals with your kids, that could be very scary, especially if you see a scratch on your daughter and you as a mother felt like there's hands there. I mean, what do you do? I mean, you know, you can call the police. I mean, they're going to come over and take your statement, but it's not like they're Ed and Lorraine Warren. You know, they're not gonna, I don't think the police station has a priest ready to go to people's houses and bless it. I mean, what do you do? And that's the thing. Who do you call? I mean, not every place has great. I mean, there's a lot of there's a lot of states that have researchers.
Yeah, I would be there in a heartbeat.
Yeah, it's not like they have a priest on every research team that's ready.
I would be there in a heartbeat, man. I would run. I would bet. Please let me investigate that house. I would love to see this apparition. I would love to tell it to get out.
And the thing is, like here, like call a priest. You know, some of these churches that you go to, if you don't belong to that church, you're not a regular church going person, they won't see you. You know, and if you do go to a certain church, a lot of times they have to get approval higher up to even be allowed to go to your house.
Yeah.
So it's not even easy to get a priest at your house to bless your house if you feel a ghost. But I mean, my God, if you got a child, you got to do something.
Yeah, I would smudge. I would definitely. I mean, I would go through the motions of smudging. I would smudge. You know, people that know what smudging is, you know, you've got some plant product, you know, and you have a shell or a bowl, and you start in the corner. Use sage, preferably sage. You hit the corners because I have a huge theory about how they linger in corners. They walk straight lines. I believe these interdimensionals are two-dimensional beings, which means they know corners and lines and straight lines.
Yeah.
And they go right to the corners. I would smudge the shit out of that house.
Yep. You know, you and I, we're luckier because we know good people. Like I could go to Paranormal in New York and ask her, hey, what's a good way to bless a house? You know,
yeah.
And they'll have good information, but not a lot of people have people like that. You know people that deals with this kind of thing. So, but beyond that, I actually got another news channel. Like I said, there's more news channels on the stuff than we think. We just don't look for them, and we don't live in some of these states that are willing to show some of these kind of a show, not show, but footage. This one's called Michigan Couple Says Ghost Seen on Nanny Cam. Scratch Infant. Is that the one I just saw? No. I'm sorry. We just saw the Michigan Couple.
Yeah.
Says ghost. My fault. This one coming up is a Panic Engulf resident as ghost in New Mexico. I fucked that up. So, guys, I'm fired. You guys can fire me. That's fine.
You're fired.
I'm fired. Here we go.
Police in Española, New Mexico, are catching more than just criminals. They're catching images of what they believe are ghosts on surveillance cameras at the police department. Nancy Laughlin has that story.
Police department.
Oh.
It started out as a pretty typical Saturday night. Española police officer Carl Romero was on duty, keeping an eye on the surveillance cameras around the station, when he saw something in the sally port.
At first, I thought it was like a polilla, like a fly, a moth. And then I saw the legs and it was a human.
But not a real human.
No, it was just a ghost.
So
That is
Romero
pretty good.
reported it
The ghost
and
looked
told
like
his
it's walking.
supervisors. Detectives showed us the camera that captured the image. They say there is no way in or out of the secured area without an open gate and alarms
You can
sounding.
see it walk through. It walks in the direction of the old transport cages, and there's not really any way for it to get out through there, but it seems to walk right through that.
Detectives say there's no logical explanation for this, not an issue with the lighting or a technical glitch. Turns out there are a lot of ghost stories around here.
A lot of our officers have seen certain things. Some of our officers have felt what appears to be somebody breathing down their neck as they're working on reports in the briefing room.
Cops at the station also report hearing strange noises in the middle of the night and seeing unexplainable images in the lobby area too. Española police tell us as far as they know, this is not an ancient burial ground, and they say the police station has been here since 2006, but no inmates have died here. But they do say there have been some unsolved murders nearby.
Do you believe in ghosts?
I do, actually. I do believe in ghosts.
Do you think that was a ghost?
I do. I do believe it was something. It's hard to say, but I do believe it was a ghost.
These guys say they're not afraid of it, but it's definitely an image that haunts the officers who work here.
Wow.
And police
See, that's pretty good. I like that. I like that too. It happened at a police station. And I agree with Juan Torres says a lot of local news will be the ones that will show stuff like this. You're never going to get this stuff on CNN or Fox unless there's a connection that can make big ratings. So if you're going to look for local news channels, you're probably going to see more of the stuff on local versus the ones across the United States. But I mean, when you look at that footage, it does look like somebody's walking across.
It looks like someone's walking across.
And what I liked about it is how they explained that there's nobody could be there. The gates are shut. There's not a certain lighting that could make it look like that. They did a great explanation on why it couldn't be a person.
Yeah, it looked real to me. I mean, I don't know why the police department would. Why would they want to defraud the public by making a fake ghost story?
I think.
In fact, I'm shocked they even had let it go out.
Well,
the police department.
The news channel's from a smaller town, and they're a little bit more open than if you're in LA, New York. You're more worried about your image. You want to make it big. You're in a small town. You're kind of trying to make an image by a splash in a way.
Yeah, so they're not just they're gonna make themselves look bad. So that's I don't think it's fake. I think they believe it's real. And from where I'm sitting, I can't debunk it at the moment.
I don't know how much you saw of that footage, Connor. Did you see enough where you have an opinion if that's real or not? Because I think that's a real footage.
Yeah, I saw enough. It definitely was some type of white-ish silhouette moving. Yeah, I don't think it was altered footage or anything. I think it was some type of anomaly or supernatural occurrence. I actually saw a white blur when I was in the green swamp, and I actually just wrote it off as like dehydration and lightheadedness. But then we ended up having more groundbreaking experiences right after that. So now I'm starting to think maybe it was a energy ball or something opening up.
Well, I hope I didn't keep you long in the timeout section, Connor, because I got so many videos. I didn't see your square. So
it wasn't too long. It was only like 2 minutes, but I felt bad because I was like 10 minutes late. But that shows by over there on Texas, and you know me, in hours. Like,
oh yeah,
yeah, I was late.
I got like 6 videos up on the bottom ready to go. So, all right, guys, well, that's the paranormal. We're gonna go right into the Bigfoot now.
Here we go.
All right, here's some breaking news here that just, I don't know, within the hour, we had somebody who was a guest appearance on another channel. Connor was a guest appearance on, I think they're called Trinity Paracryptic Research.
Yes.
Bigfoot Anon joins us for a brunch to celebrate. So, yeah, so how did that go? How do you feel that interview went?
Oh, it was incredible, man. Tex is incredibly open-minded, and he's done a lot of field research. So I definitely appreciate his platform and respect what he's doing. And then Bigfoot Michigan Rob has always been a positive impact. And today is his birthday, so no better day. He's popped up in chats before, so he's a big supporter, and he's watched my videos and seen me on podcasts. So if you could see, all the different avenues I'm pushing out, you can kind of understand my message. And he's one of them that is tapped into it, and it was an honor because that is one of the best morning shows out there. And me and Eric were also on a show a little bit earlier than that as well.
Wow.
Yeah, podcast. Yeah, that was fun. I just like joining them. Now, guys, these Bigfoot videos, actually, 2 of these are commercials that use Bigfoots. And these were sent to me by an old friend of the channel that's been with us for a long time, Bob. Happy Feet Gal.
Good. No way.
Happy Feet Gal actually sent me some commercials, and
that's
cool. The commercials, I know they're not like a footage like, oh my god, is that Bigfoot? But people got to understand, commercials showing Bigfoot helps younger kids and stuff. Like, what is a Bigfoot? What is that? It does help people to like want to ask questions. And so when you see a commercial with Bigfoot, celebrate it. Here's one. I'm going to play 2 commercials, but here's the first
keeps the myth going. It keeps it going.
Yep. This is what's called Stranger. And it's a little dark, but they do a little suspense, like Steven Spielberg usually does with his movies.
Oh, I've seen this.
I did check for copyright, so it's not.
These are Bigfoot, though. Those are it. Cousin It.
I know, it does look like Cousin It.
Put your eye to the sky, boy, and wonder. Maybe there's a kingdom above the weather. Oh, and whether you're gonna get on in is up to him.
Ewoks, yep. Looks like Ewoks. You can see that.
Carry onward like
where the wild things are.
The wild things.
Wild things.
Carry onward like some
I thought it was cute. They sent me this. I like
beautiful stranger.
Believe it or not, stuff like that does help the community. People might not think so. People might think, oh, they're making fun of us. They're actually having fun with it, making you show that.
No, they're not, yeah, they're keeping the myth alive. You got to keep it going. It's like you won't know about unicorns until everyone stops using unicorns in their symbols and stuff. It never existed, but you see them all the time. Mermaids, things you have to constantly see them to keep the oral tradition going, the stories going.
Yeah. Now, this other commercial is actually a congressman.
I want to first talk about that one, though. Like, those creatures transformed into people. So who's to say, some people we know aren't these at home Ewok Sasquatches. And then 2, Eric, I love you, bro. Like that, you like a lot of people would write that commercial off as not Bigfoot enough, you know, but you soak it up. That's Bigfoot. I love it, dude. You provide so much to this community. I definitely appreciate it.
It's, you know, an Ewok. What's an Ewok? Ewok is based off of a Bigfoot. You know, like Chewbacca is based off of a dog. Things are based off other animals. It's you just got to look through it. Now, this one was actually done by a congressman running for Congress.
What?
This is Minnesota. This is called We Found Bigfoot. Dean Phillips for Congress. And I don't know who Dean Phillips is. I don't know what party he represents.
We'll know now once you play it.
He used Bigfoot. And watch, here we go. This is actually funny, guys.
I thought I was good at hiding. Then Eric Paulson comes along. I mean, how can you have tens of thousands of people looking for you all the time and not one of them find you? I started to wonder, did Eric Paulson really exist? I mean, where's the proof? Some blurry photo taken from miles away? I had to know, so I had to come up with a plan. Paulson takes piles of money from Big Pharma and votes to erode essential healthcare protections. So, the most likely place to find him is at a big pharmaceutical company. And that's where I went. I was prepared to stay there for weeks. It took 7 minutes. I was so shocked when I saw him walking by. I almost dropped the camera, but I got it. Visual proof. So take it from me, Bigfoot. Eric Paulson really exists.
That's cool. It's the opposite.
It's the opposite. And I want to thank Happy Feet Gallo for sending me
That's pretty good.
Yeah, that was pretty good. I thought that was awesome. Like in a reverse role, but at the end, he really exists in a lot of ways. Saying if you reverse it, it'll be the Congress saying Bigfoot really exists. And that's how you got to look at it.
I like it because he's all packed like he's going camping, and you know, like how you go to the forest and you bring an ice chest and a thermos. He goes into the human settings with an ice chest and a thermos and a camera, waiting. It's classic. I like it. It's pretty cute.
I don't know if the guy's Republican, Democrat, or not. I don't care.
He's got a great sense of humor. Is what he got.
That's a pretty good original commercial.
Well, he had to approve it. He had to approve it, so you know he's got something to do. He must have saw a Bigfoot when he was young. Somebody's mocking him or taking the piss out a little bit just to come up with that idea. Obviously, he was in on it. He approves it. So he's probably, maybe he experienced some sort of anomaly in the woods. Maybe saw Bigfoot. That's what I'm guessing.
Now, this next video footage of a Bigfoot, yes, we're doing 3 today, is as a lady named Anna Marie Goddard, whatever. She's a Playboy person. She's in Playboy. She's in all this. She goes on the Jay Leno show to show Jay Leno a Bigfoot footage. And guys, that's going on a show, especially on a night show. You know, people are going to make fun of you. They're going to look at her like, oh, she's a typical blonde. She's a Playboy. But whatever. It takes balls to do that. And here's the clip.
We're like filming each other, you know, being crazy, having the corona. Finally, you know, we could open those boxes and start enjoying those.
Yes, well, we got enough plugs. And yes, okay, now.
Okay, beer.
Can I just say that I believe you, Anna?
Yeah. See? I'm sure that all the people here believe me.
Well, let's show the footage and then we'll discuss it. Okay, here it is. Here it is. Take a look. Now, you be the judge. This is out of the window of the van. Now, this is, where is...
No. Come on, Jay. That's not a bear. That's not a gorilla or whatsoever. That's something different. That's Bigfoot.
Now, did the guys go out and chase after this?
Yeah, the guy with the camera went after it, and then 2 other guys.
And did they catch it?
No, they didn't catch it. It was dark. It was raining. It was just really terrible, and I'm sure it was really fast.
I would have thrown the camera into the woods, just the video camera, to see what happened.
Maybe we should have done that, but I think we have enough to prove that this was real.
Why would people not believe that that's just not a goofy guy in a group? Why isn't this like, let's scare the girl on the bus?
Okay, good point.
Yeah.
Well, see, we didn't know where we were going. That was the whole point. We got lost.
That's true.
And nobody else knew where we were going. So it was like impossible for somebody
Impossible.
Impossible. Yes.
Now, the reason I was playing that, because like he asked the right question, could I be a guy in a suit? And of course it could be. I mean, I'm not here to say it's not, but she was saying that nobody knew where they were going. So if somebody was playing in a suit, how did they know they're going to be there at the right time or not? So, and the public looked at her, probably said, oh, she's been on Playboy. Oh, she's blonde. She doesn't know what she's talking about. She probably got criticized more than we would, just because
of course
she's a good-looking woman that's actually been on Playboy.
She got made fun of probably she knows she got made fun of. And she would just bring on something that she had made fake. Then she's rolling the dice on being called all kinds of, and there's no, that was a sincere, I believe it, that was sincere. She actually had, I can't tell you what it was in the footage, but I believe that she believes it. There are people she was with believes it. So they got something. And I do know, Connor probably knows, I do hear the stories that they do go on walkabout. Same with deer, same with other animals. When it's cold and rainy, a lot of times animals will take a walkabout. They keep warm, they keep moving for shelter, they keep constantly. I'm sure Bigfoot do the same. Exactly.
Yep. When I saw that footage, I was definitely with her. I believe it's authentic. I think that Jay Leno was a little, trying to make jokes out of it, which is good showmanship. But they were trying to make her like the dumb blonde, and she actually had the most information in the room. So take that, dude from Weeds, and then
I like
Jay
the guy
Leno.
who sat next to him from Saturday Night Live. But he was there for a certain reason, to make those little comic jokes like, oh, I threw the camera in the woods, kind of like,
they're
like, okay, you're crazy, but it is what it is. That's, it is what it is. I think Connor on their Bigfoot channel were talking about that you're going to get criticized,
100%.
You gotta be strong. You gotta go through it, and you just, you're going to come out stronger at the end, because
you got to stick with your evidence. You got to support it. If you don't support your own evidence, nobody will. You got to sell that evidence.
I'm going to try to contact her. Wouldn't that be pretty cool to get a follow-up this many years later? Now that's on the forefront. Maybe we could get a fair look at the footage. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, you never know. I mean, hey,
wouldn't that be cool?
Things happen, right? So beyond that, guys, it's time to go into the UFO. Okay.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna press pause for a second. This is just a normal UFO camera footage from the sky. I was looking out my window at the stars and noticed a string of red flashing lights above my home, coming from the SW heading northeast. At first, I thought it was reflection on the window from Christmas lights, until I realized they were moving. I thought they may be helicopters, which that's good. You want to try to debunk yourself. However, there was no sound at all. Well, I don't know if you really do hear a lot of sound when helicopters are far away. I know they're closer, you can.
Yeah, they're loud.
Distance-wise, that's questionable. I observed them until they disappear over the northeast horizon. They did change formation from a straight into a group pattern, blah, 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 blah. I'm trying to see here with the regular, what state this one's supposed to be in. I should have been, okay, this one was in, actually, this one is daytime UFO over North Powder, Oregon.
Oregon. Yeah, a
North
lot
Powder,
of.
So this is North Powder, Oregon. Let's see. I mean, you can see flashing. That's hard. I mean, you see little white flashes, but what this guy does in this channel, he does change it to the instant range.
Yeah, good.
He does change it because it is hard. And then, hold on.
Yeah, I don't see anything.
Well, you can see the blanks. You can see all the different colors in the air, but then he does this. And you can see the black dots where these flashing things were. And you can see how they were just going crazy. They weren't like just staying in one spot. They were just all over the map.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that's great freaking footage, but, you know, not everything is going to have a close-up for UFOs up in the air. I mean, it just won't.
In a way, the lights kind of take shape to a shape, too. So I see it marking the outline with the lights. That's groundbreaking footage to me. It's not like separate lights to me. That's one ship.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like staying in one spot and moving slow. It was actually moving where you think if there's a UFO, what is just going to hover there and just wait for people to come to it? You know, it's going to move around. I mean,
it's magnetic. They're magnetics. They're floating across magnetics, Earth magnetics, or flat surface planet magnetic, whatever you want to call it, magnetics. They usually have a bouncing motion, like they're literally bouncing up on something. And I've seen those. I've seen when they call these chemtrails, whatever. I've sat outside and did research and watched them go from daytime to nighttime anomalies. They were actually at night. They actually have red blinking lights. They go from no lights to red blinking lights at night, and they cross each other to make X's in the sky. They're still going all night. People don't know that those things are still crossing the sky at night, and they have a tendency to have a lot of red lights. This is from my observation. I was like, they have a lot of red lights. Now, I know airplanes. I worked at an airport for years, an aerospace museum. I've watched airplanes, and they don't have that many red lights. They're bouncing all over the place on the bottom side. No.
Well, guys,
something about that.
We're going to have some fun. We actually got, my opinion, a fun Mandela effect here coming up. We got a fun one. It's a Star Trek one. So, guys, get ready. Here's the intro.
Obi-Wan never told you what happened to your father. He told me enough. He told me you killed him. Luke, I am your father.
All right. I just got a little video footage from a good friend of our, from Bob and I know, Hazel Fever, about this one of Star Trek. But before I even say, probably somebody probably already read the title and they already gave it away. But guys, in the chat, before I say this, when Captain Kirk calls up to the Enterprise to go up, what did he say? Don't cheat, anybody. Don't cheat. People in the chat. What did Captain Kirk say to go up into the Enterprise? Give me some answers. If you don't know, just put NA. Otherwise, I'll be staring at the chat all day and waiting for one person to answer. There is no dumb answers.
And I just want to say with the Mandela effect, man, it never disappoints. Last night, I pop on to Dr. Wu's channel, and he's talking about some people so deep into Mandela effect that they're starting to reimagine a new timeline of theirs. So it is just overlapping, and I was tripping out, bro. It was amazing.
Now
I'm hearing so many new things. I'm like, what are you talking about, man?
Now
they're just inventing things.
There's two people. There's some people already put some answers in. Carla wrote, "Beam me up, Scotty." That's what I know. Bob. First of all, hold on. Monster Radio says Scotty 2 to beam up. Okay. Ghost Dragon wrote beam me up, Scotty. And then by my BF, Scotty beam me up. And then okay, that's Uncle Bones, beam me up, Scotty. And I remember kind of like Moonraker with braces, not braces. I remember beam me up, Scotty too. That's what I remember. Scotty. For whatever reason, that's my memory. Well, let me play this little video. What the fuck? Did I accidentally? How did that video disappear?
Oh yeah.
Hold on. I gotta get it back. Hold on.
And anybody that is a Kid Cudi fan, his name is Scott Miscuddy, and he's all about the space, man. And he has really taken up the beam me up, Scotty. So it unfolds in many directions.
Terry Brown.
I know it's beam me up, Scotty.
So that's what Terry Brown. Now here we go. Let's see what this says. Scotty, beam me up, Scotty. Mandela effect. Okay. Okay, let me just make this.
So a few days ago, I posted an image on my channel, and it's a cartoon strip, and it says "Beam us up, Scotty." This is in reference to the change in the TV series where it was "Beam me up, Scotty," or a combination. It could be "Scotty, beam me up," or "Beam us up, Scotty," or any combination like that. That has never been said according to this change in history with the Mandela effect. I've seen interviews and people have made videos showing William Shatner saying that he never said this. Well, I found an interview that I found kind of interesting, and I'm going to show that in this video along with what was in this movie, Star Trek 4, The Voyage Home.
First of all, what he's saying, guys, is beam me up, Scotty was never said. That word is exactly beam me up, Scotty never said.
And what is said in this. And Brody Bordell is the one that brought this to my attention. So thank you, Brody, for letting me know about this. Yeah, so take a look and let me know what you remember.
Presenting the CW Crew.
William Shatner, this is an honor. Thank you so much.
Oh, is it? Why is it an honor?
Because you're one of the biggest stars out there.
Is that right?
It is.
Holy
Newsflash, breaking news.
Oh my God, it is an honor.
You're taking time out of your day to talk to us. We really appreciate that.
Well, I am. I'm taking time out of my day to say hello to the wonderful people who watch your station and say that there's this marvelous event taking place in a bright spot in the dullness of the late autumn.
And one thing that a lot of people, they associate you with Beam Me Up, Scotty, but apparently you've never said that in the movie. Is that right?
Somebody told me that, but I'm not sure how true that is.
And one thing that a lot of people, they associate you with Beam Me Up, Scotty, but apparently you've never said that in the movie. Is that right?
Somebody told me that, but I'm not sure how true that is.
And one thing that a lot of people, they associate you with Beam Me Up, Scotty, but apparently you've never said that in the movie. Is that right?
Somebody told me that, but I'm not sure how true that is. But what you really must know is that there's this wonderful event taking place. Where are we?
GalaxyCon.
At the convention center.
So basically, the guy directly asked him, "Did you say beam me up, Scotty?" And of course, William Shatner says, he's never said that. I mean, and there's articles. Let me see here. Did you know "Beam Me Up, Scotty" was never said in Star Trek? So he never said "Beam Me Up, Scotty" in those exact words. He was.
I remember it.
Beam us up, or beam two of us up. And now there is other clips, but they're copyrighted, and I can't show any Star Trek clips. I tried. Well, it wouldn't work.
He sounds more robotic now, and I've noticed that. And this is what I've experienced from other people that are within the machine. When you confront them with it, they change the subject. They get out of it's almost an irritant to them. It's irritating. It's something that they can't talk. They have to shift it. So he thanked them for the show. He complimented them with his people. He immediately moved around it. And to me, that's more fascinating than not remembering it, is the fact how fast they move away from it real quick. Almost an immediate response to get rid of it. Yeah. The something in the Matrix, something in the living universe has to, it's like, get past that.
Yeah.
I love that part.
I like that. People in the chat are this is the first time I've really seen people in the chat saying, I'm laughing my ass off, glitching the matrix. I remember him saying that. I don't usually get that from the chat. So people, this is what I'm talking about, people. Yeah, it could be false memory. We're not saying it cannot be false memory, but it is weird that we have that memory.
That memory.
Beam me up, Scotty, and it's not said. It's like, well, where did we hear that from then? You know, how did we hear that? That's the fun of this. That's the research, people.
And if you don't remember that, you are correct. So you should not feel bad. You are remembering what is correct. Always go back to. I always tell people, you don't feel bad if you don't remember that. You are correct. You go to a situation in a conversation, you're not going to look bad. You're going to look great. You're going to look good. You're going to look like everybody else. You're going to fit right on in. You're not going to look bad. Don't feel bad. Don't go just because I don't have the memory of it. It doesn't mean anything, man. Doesn't mean anything. Everybody else is misremembering. That's how it's said. So that's how I play it out. Like, okay, well, this is what's in my head.
Look, Gene Hudson wrote, I watched the old series. I am 58 and watched it 13. When I got off the bus from school. And he said, beam me up, Scotty, every time. Yeah. Now, Gene, what I want to tell you, that's important because Bob and I we're in our late 40s, early 50s, and we go home from school. We grew up on the Star Trek, the 60 series, because all you had was 4 channels. It's all you had. And Star Trek was one of those shows that they showed, and everybody went outside and act like they were Captain Kirk or Spock and Scotty and played around like saying,
beam me up, Scotty.
It was part of playtime. It was like Star Wars came out 1978. Star Trek came out in the 60s.
Yeah.
And it's a TV series, so you saw it more.
Yeah, I know. And there's badges, there's pins, there's patches that people wear, for something that was a mistake, and it is in this reality a mistake. So don't get upset about that. A lot of that's a big fat whopper of a mistake because there's so many memories on that one, so many patches, products, cups that say beam me up, Scotty. You got to ask yourself that question, why? If you don't have that memory, that's cool, but just ask yourself why.
I think there's a lot to William Shatner because right there he did look choppy. His health didn't look that great. How would they make the choice to have him go on billionaire space missions, now, and he looked re-downloaded. So Ghost was making a joke about a clone or upgrade. I highly recommend watch the movie The Congress. Once you reach that certain level, you go in their machines, they scan everything about you, they can just reprint you. I saw 3D printing this weekend, 3D scanning, and then putting that into a footprint that you can 3D print. Dude, they can, of course, remake people and reprint. So William Shatner, keep your eyes on him. Beam me up, Scotty. What's behind it? Exactly.
That's a good one. I do keep my eye on him. You said it great, man. He was on that last launch that went up, and they asked him, what did he see out there? What is it out there? It's blackness, and there's no stars. Whoa, that's the opposite of what you would have said in my time. I mean, you sound like a local clone, man. You're a local NPC zombie, man. You're just on a program. Can't get mad.
Here we go.
I don't get mad anymore.
Danny wrote, I had a Star Trek lunchbox back in the 70s, and it had Kirk in the front saying, beam me up, Scotty.
There you go.
This is great. This is what I love. People are actually saying what they remember. This is honest memory. And I understand it's going to be mostly the older people because he grew up on it. I don't expect Connor to remember it because he grew up on the Next Generation Star Trek.
Yeah.
That was his. And there was no beam me up, Scotty on Star Trek The Next Generation. So you could say it's more of a generational type of effect.
Yeah, I always want to know why. Why did the Matrix, the living universe, select that line? Why is that important? Why isn't it any other role or line he said 1,000 million times? We all know. Why that one? So it's fun to play with the idea of exploring why that line, even if you don't have that memory. Just say, why do these people remember it that way? Let's forget about whatever camp you're from. Just go into the research like a detective and just figure out why that line.
Yeah.
What is it? Is there a mathematical sequence in that line? Go through the letters and look it up. A is 1, B is 2. Go through the basics. Look for numbers. Look for a numerical matchup. A lot of times, Connor sees it. There's 13s involved.
Yeah, I counted out the letters and beam me up, Scotty, and it's 14. So we could always
14.
do what we will with it. But yeah,
that's 2 7s.
Well, let's find out.
In the way how it's broken up, there's definitely a cadence to it.
Yeah.
This is basically the end part of the show. But before we go, let's find out what Connor's got going on the rest of the day and tomorrow. If he's got any other channels he's going on. You got anything else you're going on today or tomorrow that you're going to be going on?
Not today, not planned or anything, but I am going on an expedition to Ikafana Creek near Devil's Hole, where there's been some troll sightings, and there's a 2-penny bridge. It's a long suspension bridge, and we call it the Indiana Jones Bridge. So I'm going to go lay out there, meditate. I'm actually probably going to microdose some mushrooms because I was gifted by Occult 45. I did a podcast with him on Tuesday. He's from the Tampa area. He did a show with David Weiss. And then I commented on it, and he saw me on Spaced Out Radio. He's like, dude, this is the same guy that commented on my video. He's like, I'm going to meet you at Lakeland, bro. Let's do a show. Start talking about DMT, and he has these elf friends and fairies that communicate with him. Some next level stuff. And he came to the conference, and it was the rest is history, man. Nice. But I'm going to, take that to the expedition. I'm going to be on Cryptid or Paranormal Encrypted Kingdom with Carlito Castro on Saturday. Definitely check my community tab. I will be dropping information on that. I dropped some incredible Sasquatch photos yesterday from my friend up in West Virginia on TikTok. It got nearly 10,000 views. I'm pretty sure, but I was hoping for like 100,000, 1 million on these ones, but I'm just going to keep sharing these photos out because Sasquatch is real and they are some of the best evidence out there. So some people are going to have to flip their script saying there's no good photos out there. Well, you're going to have to say there's no other good photos out there because these ones are grade A. So I'm really excited for the future. We just finished writing the script for the follow-up to Void Cat and Lost and Found. We're going to be doing – and what's going to be really cool is there's actually going to be a part that I'm on a podcast talking about a missing person. And, of course, I'm guessing you two – are going to be down for it, and it's going to time up. But we're going to talk about, a fictional missing person, and then Jack is going to be in here, probably behind the scenes in StreamYard or some other app, and it's going to be awesome. So Gypsy Road is going to be inside the Void Cat universe here soon. And Monster Radio and Trippy Times, I'll definitely get up with you guys soon. Keep doing your guys' hard work. Man, it's outside this realm, and it's awesome to see other young guys doing it. Nana Boss and Squatch in South Florida, it was such an honor to go out to the Green Swamp with you guys. We had such a great morning. We recorded some groundbreaking evidence of interactions and footprints. We 3D scanned some footprints, and Matt is going to be making a documentary film about it. So I'm super excited to just run forward with it. Nana Boss, when do I sleep? I think I slept last night at like 1 to about 7, so I got a solid 6 in. But when do I dream? That's all the time. 50,000 on TikTok. Gypsy Road, Eric, you got all these videos that you put on your news. You should put on your TikTok. You have them. Them up, right?
I do. Yeah,
dude. You're doing the groundwork, and you're an investigative journalist. So. Keep it up. Definitely share it and do those hashtags.
Yeah, it's just like you only got so much time in the day, and you're it's like tomorrow I am going to try to do another breaking news, but sometimes Friday's always hard because like last night I went to the movies and I got back late to finish up for breaking news today, and so I'm getting a little tired. Now like Connor could go. Sometimes I need my sleep, but.
Well, I want to stress something for you guys to understand. I always go back to disclaimers on weird things because we have a mixed audience. He said micro. Understand the big difference between micro dosing and dosing. He's not it's a controlled volume that's very low, and he uses it to open up his mind. And the magic word of the day is micro, which means very small and very controlled.
Yeah,
let's make sure you guys understand that.
I'm not going to be tripping balls. My heightened senses are going to be there, and that veil is going to be thin. That door is going to be open, so I will see what else is going on, and hopefully today will be the day I find bootleggers' treasure. You know, all these glass bottles that I've been hunting. It's looking for a camp from these three men that end up killing each other after a huge score. And the bottles were a huge hit at the Florida Bigfoot conference because everybody was asking me, what's with those? What's with those? And I'm like, I told them the story, and then the rest is just, cleaning up the forest. And now I could sell them at conferences and on Mercari and even at the comic book store. So I'm just pushing it forward. I want everybody to see this awesome logo right here too.
I like that.
Florida Bigfoot. It's got Bigfoot literally with a gator on the leash. And then, of course, I see the sign. That is so classic. Oh, man.
That is so cool.
That's awesome.
And, man, the conference was amazing. The VIP dinner was delicious. They all knew, Connor Flynn from Bigfoot and Non. He got the energy going. And it was amazing, guys. And everybody I met there was amazing. We had some viewers from this show coming to the table and saying, oh, I watch you on TikTok. I watch you on Gypsy Road. I've seen you on Bigfoot Odyssey. And it was like really cool for virtual to turn more into real life. And that's what it's about. I'm really excited for the future. And what you guys are doing is definitely truly special.
Yes.
I'm probably going to go live on TikTok from the swamp. I'm charging up my phone now. Everybody check out my video that I did with Tex a little bit earlier. Chad Smith podcast. Me and Eric were on there earlier. Dr. Wu, I had a Mandela effect recently. I thought you were on Pine Island Research on Monday, but what the heck?
I don't know. I was waiting for an invitation link, and I didn't get one. But that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah, I know how Jeff's got a lot of things going on, and I think when he said it, he was just kind of planning for a future Monday, not that very next Monday. But I just thought that was funny, just to mess with the Mandela.
Yeah.
But
well, I even said Eric. I want to make sure I didn't insult nobody, so I even sent Eric a link. I said, "Hey, did he want me on Monday, or what's the date?" And Eric, I said, "Does he have my information?" Eric says, "Yeah, he's got your information, but I think he has somebody else on for the Monday." I said, "Okay, cool. He has my information. He'll just send me a link and an email." And I'm like, "Cool. I'll just read it up."
He has like a method to it, so he has certain. It all is calculated, so maybe it will lead up to you because you are a scientist, but you are a little abstract too, and that's something new to his channel. So it'll have to lead up to it. But yeah, I just think that's definitely hilarious, and that was a funny little joke. But I was definitely repping Gypsy Road loud and proud in person, man. And I can't wait to see you when you come up to Orlando. I'm gonna bring you to Skinwalker Swamp.
I'm gonna be there in August. So beyond that, guys, the show's going to be in, and hopefully I'll see you guys tomorrow on another breaking news.
Hey, my birthday's August 28th. You want to, maybe buy me a Disney ticket?
Usually we go in the last week of August because usually the school starts after the first week in September. That's usually when we go because most schools start already in August, and that's when less people are at these places. We have a method.
We'll work a deal. You use my address, so you get the the in-state charge, but you got to add me to your family. So
you got it. It'll be fun. Beyond that, guys, we'll see everybody later.